Hey guys, thank you for joining me for this episode of Undeniably Nikki. I am coming to you from my bedroom today because I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling a little lazy today and all I really want to do is just kind of relax. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot this episode from my bed because I just want to stay in my bed all day and I feel like I just kind of want to lay around. So why not give that vibe, you know? Don't worry, I'm still going to have a ton of energy because I love doing this. So I'm excited to do this because I love talking to you guys. But I'm definitely feeling a little lazy today. So not much has been going on with me. I have just been, it's the usual everyday life. But I did want to tell you guys about this movie that I watched last night. It's actually on Netflix and it premiered last night. And it is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And it is basically Chadwick Boseman's last movie that he ever did. And he's in it. And Viola Davis is in it. Viola Davis plays Ma Rainey, who was this famous blues singer back in the 1920s. She is actually known as like the most famous female blues singer who paved the way for not just female black blues singers, but black blues singers in general in the 1920s. So I watched that last night and it was pretty good. I think I thought it was going to be different than what it was, but I didn't realize that it was an adaptation of the stage play. And the stage play is called, I think it's called Ma Rainey's Black Bottom 2. So yeah, it was good. It was just a little different from what I thought it would be. And I mean, I can't really go into too many details because I don't want to ruin it for people who may want to watch it. But I will say, I do feel like maybe it should have been called like Ma Rainey's Band because I felt like the band was more of the feature than she was. Of course, Viola Davis was the lead. But I do feel like Chadwick Boseman was more of the breakout star in this film. And yeah, it was crazy because I love Chadwick Boseman and we all do, and we all just hold him in such high regards. But as I was like watching him in this role, I literally was like, what an asshole. So that just shows what an amazing actor he is. And I even like felt bad for like saying it because I was like, oh my God, that's Chadwick Boseman. But that just shows how good of an actor he was, for the simple fact that like in those moments, I completely forgot it was him. And I was just like, oh, this guy. So yeah, that's on Netflix. If you guys are looking for something to watch, I definitely think you should take a look at that. So, before we get into, I was about to get into some hot topics, but before we get into that, I just want to just shout out my sister and her best friend Keisha for our last episode. It was so much fun, y'all. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you haven't seen it, you have to go check it out. It's definitely on my channel. And it was the very last episode I did. And I'm actually going to make sure that my card advertises it at the end of this episode, just because it was just so much fun. It was just like being back. It felt like being back home. Keisha was actually in town, just visiting, and her son stayed at the Flamingo, but she like took a little time to come from the strip and to come up here to see us and to actually do an episode with me. And I just appreciate her so much for it. And like I said, it was so much fun because it really just felt like being back home with my family and my cousins and stuff like that. So anyway, so y'all make sure y'all check that episode out. Also, I just want to make sure that I get this in because I've been forgetting the last couple of episodes. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys are liking what you are seeing and liking the topics that I'm bringing you, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Make sure that you are liking the episodes and sharing them. And also, please make sure you're commenting below because, like, as I said, I like to go on there and I like to just, respond to comments and have a discussion with you. It kind of makes me feel like you guys are a part of the episode, which is important to me because when I'm talking to you, I feel like you're a part of the episode. Even though I'm essentially kind of talking to myself, I feel like you're right here with me talking to me. So when you are going on there and you're commenting, it just means the world to me. And I just want to thank you guys for doing it. And I also want to thank you for just tuning in every single week. Like, That like blesses my soul. You know, I'm not gonna lie, like at first I kind of was like, not at first, like in the like past, I want to say couple of months, like past couple of months, I was kind of feeling a little ways, you know, just because I just feel like I was just kind of nervous about my numbers on YouTube and not getting as many consistent views as I would like. And you know, it's a little disheartening at times, but then I just had to like have a little talk with myself. I had to have a little come to Jesus moment with myself. And I just had to say, okay, what are your intentions? You know, like why are you doing this? Are you doing this for the views mainly, or are you doing this because you enjoy it? And yes, you know, I have goals and dreams of where I would like to see my channel go. But when it's all said and done, if I'm not doing it because I just truly love it and enjoy it, then you guys aren't going to like it, right? So I had to like, you know, take a step back. I had to check myself, you know, which I have no problem with doing that if I need to. And I just had to like, you know, just kind of regroup and just be like, you know what, just get back into doing it for what you love, doing it for you, doing it because you love to do this, doing it because this is what you want to do. You love to, uplift and inspire and motivate. You love to talk celebrity gossip and entertainment news. You love doing all that stuff. So do it because you love it, Nikki. Like, don't worry about the numbers. You know, if my true and genuine love is just coming out as I do it, everything else will fall in line, you know? And so that's what I had to do. And I just want to, you know, thank you guys again, because it is the fact that, you know, I can comment with you guys below that, you know, just gives me a little bit more of a boost and just shows me that, you know, there are people listening. Like, just because I'm not doing thousands and thousands of numbers, you know, yet, you know, because I'm going to speak that into existence. Ain't nothing wrong with speaking stuff into existence. But just because I'm not doing that yet does not mean that it won't happen, right? I just have to keep plugging away. I have to keep doing it because I love it. And just trying to come up with good content that I can bring to you guys each and every time. And that is my goal. And as long as I'm doing that, everything else will fall into place. So that's just a little come to Jesus that I had to have for myself. I think it was like maybe a couple of months ago when I was kind of feeling a little discouraged about it. And so I had a little talk with myself, you know. Speaking of, you know, having a little come to Jesus with themselves, sorta. Let's get into let's get into some of these hot topics. Okay. So I want to talk first about Tyler Perry, y'all. So apparently our boy Tyler Perry, who we all love and adore, is having a bit of a midlife crisis. So Tyler Perry was on social media a couple of days ago, and he literally posted this picture of himself. He's 51 years old, and he wrote this big long thing, and he just said, wondering what the next chapter in my life will be like. So Tyler wrote, he talked about how he split from his girlfriend. You guys know he was dating this model. She's beautiful. Her name is Galila Bakeli. She's African. I think she was Somalian, if I'm not mistaken. And they broke up. That's who his son is with. So they broke up after being in a long-term relationship with each other. So he announced that they broke up or whatever. And he just said, in his post, he said, "This is what a midlife crisis looks like. I'm 51, single, and wondering what the next chapter in my life will look like. Whatever it looks like, I'm going to walk with God, be the best father and man I can be, hold my head up high, and try to look my best doing it. In a world with so much sadness, please try and stay in the good. Merry Christmas, and let's look forward to 2021 bringing us peace." So, you know, Tyler's kind of funny too. So I don't know if he's necessarily for real going through a midlife crisis. But he may be having, you know, feeling kind of ways about some things, and, you know, maybe some things didn't work out the way he thought it would. And now he finds himself kind of starting over again when, as far as like his relationship is concerned and things like that. So yeah, so he, you know, he probably is going through a midlife crisis, but, you know, also with it being Tyler, you know, you kind of like, is maybe he just being a little funny too. But anyway, either way, I totally understand where he's coming from. I totally understand, you know, getting to a milestone in age and you're like, like my life is not where I thought it would be. Because that's how I felt after I just had my big milestone that I had in March when I turned 40. You know, I thought I would be so much further in my career. I thought I would literally have my own show by now, or at least be on a talk show panel with people. I just did not think that I would be where I am. And that was kind of hard for me. And that kind of made it hard for me to turn 40. And I thought I would be married by now, or at least in a committed relationship. I thought I would have kids by now. You know, I always had this plan. I was like, I'm going to get married by the time I'm 30. I'm going to have my first child by the time I'm 35. I had this whole plan because I was like, I want to spend 5 years with my husband where it's just us and we're just continuing to grow and be stronger and connected with each other. Then we'll have some kids. And here I am, 40. I am single. I don't have a husband, a boyfriend. I don't have kids. I am not where I thought it would be in my career. You know, I literally, like I said, I thought I would have my own talk show by now, or I would be on some talk show panel like, you know, The Talk or The Real or The View, something like that, you know. And I'm not there. And so when I turned 40, I had so much anxiety about turning 40. And it's crazy because I am a person who I believe like age is literally nothing but a number. And I've never been a person who's been like, you know, weird about age or anything like that. But I felt myself becoming that way when I turned 40, where it was just like, oh my God, you know. And I think it's just because of a pressure that I put on myself. And I think it's a societal pressure that a lot of us feel, you know, especially us as women. We feel this societal pressure of basically having it all together. And we don't have to. You know, life is supposed to be a journey, and it is meant to just go on this journey and explore it and enjoy it. And sometimes we forget that when we put these pressures on ourselves to do certain things by a certain time, have a certain thing by a certain time. And it can really, if you stay stuck in that moment, it can cause you to have life pass you by. And that is something I do not want to do, because life, I know how short it is. I know how precious it is. So I have been definitely doing my best to make a conscious effort to just have more grace with myself of, you know, where it's concerned of where I think I should be in life. Have more patience and kindness, be more kind to myself in regards to that, because, you know, I'm not where I thought I would be, but I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, you know, and I just have to enjoy that journey while I'm on it, and enjoy where the road takes me. And just as I'm trying to figure things out, as I'm trying to, you know, make sure I wake up every single day with just a peace and confidence and happiness and contentment with the space that I'm in now. It's important for me to just also just recognize that, God, life is so precious. It's so precious. It's so short. And it just doesn't make sense to put all these pressures on ourselves, you know? So back to Tyler Perry. He's been getting a ton of, you know, support after his post, because the thing is, people like when people are candid and just real. You know, social media is filled with just so many people who aren't truly being their real selves. You know, a lot of people who are just, you know, trying to portray an image that is truly not them, who's trying to keep up with the Joneses, so many other things. It's filled with a lot of fakeness. There's a lot of real on social media too, but it's hard. You got to weed through a lot of the fakeness to get to the real. So I think, you know, a lot of people find it refreshing when people are just honest, you know, and open about kind of what they're going through, you know, because it really does help other people to realize you're not alone. You know, you're going through this too. So, you know, Tyler got a ton of, you know, support. And, you know, one person wrote, you know, hey Tyler, this is what 49 and single looks like. My kids are out of the house and in college, and I'm living my best life. DM me. Okay, so y'all, she ended it by saying DM me. So you know, she slid in the DM. I was just reading that and it just caught me off guard. I was like, she said DM me. So y'all, you know, she's shooting a shot too. I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad at you, sis. Another person was like, you know, this too shall pass. Cheers to being 50 in the 50 plus crew and living unapologetically out loud. Let's see. Another person was like, you know, keep being a wonderful man. So anyway, he just got like a ton of like support, you know, and I think that's great because, you know, he could have been having a bad day. And sometimes people, they'll post if they're having a bad day because they need, you know, some people keep things to themselves a little closer to the vest, but sometimes some people have to post when they're having a bad day, you know, because they need that uplifting. They need a little extra boost or push, something to just get them through their day, you know. And when people can chime in with some nice comments to help you, you just never know what that could be doing for a person, you know. So I totally understand where Tyler's coming from, but like I said, you guys, we have to like give ourselves so much grace, you know, because I also think of, this is how I put things in perspective. Okay, I'm not where I thought it would be. You know, I had an opportunity where I was on a lifestyle show and I was doing like these little segments, and you know, my segments essentially got canceled because when it's all said and done, they were selling spots, and the money is what's important. So it was like, you know, we're gonna have people who are selling these spots and we're going to get rid of your segment because it just takes up too much time. And so, you know, that was kind of a blow to me, and it was very disheartening, and it was just like, man, you know, I was so close and it didn't happen. And it was hard for me to deal with that for a minute. But you know what? Now I just look at it as, you know, I did what I was supposed to do in that moment. I looked at it as practice. I looked at it as, you know, training for when I do get that opportunity again. And when I do get the opportunity again, it's gonna blow my mind. You know, it's gonna be better than I could have ever expected it to be. And I could honestly be creating my own opportunity right now with what I'm doing with my YouTube channel. You know, you just never know. So like I said, you know, I'm not where I thought it would be, but I am hopeful, and I know I'm where I'm supposed to be right now, you know, and that's all I can do is just realize that, continue to pursue my dreams, continue to remain hopeful, continue to grind, and, you know, just hope everything will fall into place the way it's supposed to, you know. So anyway, oh, and also one of the other ways I keep perspective is, you know, I'm not where I thought it would be, but I'm so much further than a lot of people who would have wanted to be where I am even got, you know. So I try to look perspective like that, you know. Someone hasn't even come close to reaching their dreams, and I've come at least close. So I have to look at perspective like that, you know. So anyway, so Tyler got a ton of support, which we're excited about. But someone who's not getting a lot of support, who should also have been getting support, is Lizzo. So Lizzo was making some headlines recently because she did this 10-day smoothie fast. And she documented it on TikTok. And she was just like, you know, she did this 10-day smoothie fast, and people were just like letting her have it because they were like, you know, you are the poster child for self-body positivity image. You are always talking about love yourself no matter what size you are, love your body and things like that. And honestly, it kind of ticked me off that people got like, or giving Lizzo this backlash because, you know, she said that she was doing this 10-day juice cleanse because she hasn't been feeling well. You know, I'm going to read to you what she said. Okay, hold on. So Lizzo said, As you know, I would normally be so afraid and ashamed to post things like this online because I feel like as a big girl, people just expect if you are doing something for health, you're doing it for a dramatic weight loss, and that is not the case. In reality, November stressed me the F out. I drank a lot, I ate a lot of spicy things and things that effed up my stomach, and I want to reverse it and get back to where I was. So she's saying that she did this because she wasn't feeling well. And sometimes if you just taking so much like trash, you're eating really crappy, you're drinking a lot and things like that, sometimes you have to do a detox to kind of balance things out and level out and get back to kind of where you were before you took in all this bad food and bad drinks and like she said, she wasn't sleeping. And sometimes if you're eating so bad and you're drinking so much, it does affect your sleep and stuff like that. So she did this detox for her own self of feeling better. And so everyone just went with it, and they're just like, basically, how dare you? You're supposed to be body positivity and stuff like that. And I just want to say, I think people need to get a life, like seriously, because it's ridiculous, one, that just because she is a person who promotes body positivity and loving yourself at no matter what size you are, does not mean that she does not want to feel healthier if she's not feeling healthy. And we have to like stop. I feel like Adele kind of went through this too. Adele has always, been a person who was juicy and thick, and when she lost so much weight, she got backlash too. People are like, oh, I like her better when she's bigger and things like that. Well, one, people just really have got to stop commenting about people's bodies, as far as in a negative connotation. If you have nothing nice to say, just shut up. It is what it is. People are allowed to be who they are and have whatever bodies that they feel comfortable with. And two, like I said, just because she wants to get healthy does not mean that she does not still love her body. And she is not meaning okay, just because I was bigger, I wasn't healthy, so I'm going to try to lose this weight and get healthy. No, because there are some big people who are healthier than some skinny people, okay? That statistics have shown us that. Her whole thing is she was not feeling well. And I, too, have been in a point where I know that I have gone, on vacation, and I ate so crappy the entire time I'm on vacation, and I drank a lot, and I remember I've come back home, and I'm like, okay, I need a detox. I need to do a cleanse. Just because I just felt sluggish, and I just felt, I just felt like that, And so, I just think it's crazy that she even had to go on and do, another video and just kind of be like, you guys, I still love myself. I just felt like crap. I needed to do something to help myself not feel like crap, Lizzo also went on to say, she goes, as you know, I would normally be, oh wait, I read that. She went on to say, she goes, I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud of my results. My sleep has improved, my hydration, my inner peace, my mental stability, my effing body, my effing skin, the whites of my eyes. I feel and look like a bad bitch. And by the way, if you go look at Lizzo, she looks the same. And her body is the same body frame, So it's obvious she wasn't trying to do this for a dramatic weight loss. She just wanted to feel better. And if she was, who cares? That is her business. That's her business, y'all. Back off. So anyway, she goes, I feel and look like a bad bitch. And that's it. I'm a big girl who did a smoothie detox, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I got exactly what I wanted out of it, and every big girl should do whatever the F they want with their bodies. And you know what? Not only every big girl, every woman should be able to do what they want with their bodies with people feeling like they have to always comment on it. So it's y'all, come on. So I applaud her for definitely doing what she needed to do to make herself feel better. And I applaud her for standing up for herself. But the sad thing is that she shouldn't even had to address this, especially when it was said in the beginning, I'm doing this detox. I have been feeling like crap. I don't feel good. I need to do something. I need to change something to feel better. So anyway, I support Lizzo. I appreciate her for sharing her journey with us. I too myself have thought about, like, because I know I want to lose a little weight. I know I'm not as toned as I have been. Like, like I said, I've always been a juicier girl my entire life. But one thing about me is that I've always been pretty toned. I never had a ton of cellulite. But in the past few years, my cellulite has been off the chain. And I guess it's because I'm getting older. I also realize it's too because of I sit all day for work. I literally sit in front of a computer all day. So I'm not circulating, getting the blood to circulate through my body because I'm not up moving around. And then I realized too, like, tight clothing also can increase cellulite. So I'm at work, I'm sitting all day in front of a computer, and I'm wearing like jeans, and the jeans are tight. They're like skinny jeans. So I'm not getting any type of circulation to my body or whatever. And I know, like, I've never wanted to be a skinny girl. Like, that's just not been my zhuzh. It's not my thing. I have a ton of beautiful skinny friends who got cutest little figures, and I appreciate them and I love them. But me, I've always liked being thick. I've always had a goal of my thickness of what I want to be. Like, I wish I had less tummy. I wish I had right now less, dimples in my skin. But I've always loved being thick, and my always goal size has been a size 14, 16, and I'm not there. My goal has always to be a size 14, 16, and right now I'm a size 22. So I'm not too far from it, because there's like 22, there's 18, 20, and then there's 14, 16. So I'm not too far from it. But I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, but anyway, but like I said, like, we all have some things. I think I was just trying to make this point. We all have some things that we want to change about our body, but then also too, we just want to, like, get healthy. I have literally gone on detoxes where I have not tried to lose weight, but I literally just felt crappy, So either way it goes, like, everyone, like, relax, like, let people live, let people be, let people live, let them do whatever they want. With their bodies. It's their bodies, And I know where I was going with this. I was saying I was applauding Lizzo. Total ADD, y'all. I'm so undiagnosed. Anyway, I was saying I was applauding Lizzo for actually being open and honest about that and everything, because there's been times where I've wanted to kind of like do some type of like fad diet and try it and put it on my YouTube channel, but I'm not ready to show y'all my weight. That ain't y'all business, okay? That's my business. So I ain't there yet. So I'm not ready to, I haven't done this. I haven't taken that step of being like, okay, y'all, I'm trying this. It does work or it doesn't work, because I don't want to show y'all my weight. So I applaud her. And even though she didn't show her weight, I applaud her for just even being open and letting us know, hey, I got this going on. And y'all know Lizzo always showing, everything, and has no problem getting up there, showing her tummy, being topless, just being in some swim panties or whatever. So I applaud her, and I appreciate her. And I just need people to mind the business, leave her alone, and let her live, okay? And one day, maybe I will do that one day. One day I'll, put it on YouTube. I'll try something, and I'll be like, y'all, I'm doing this to try to get to my size 14, 16. And my weight is... I ain't there though, y'all. I ain't there yet. So y'all pray for me, okay? Okay, y'all. So now we have to get into some drama. I feel so bad, like, that this is even happening and that I have to even discuss it, but it's crazy. So Vanessa Bryant, who is Kobe Bryant's widow, her mother is suing her. Her mother, whose name is Sophia Lane, is suing her because she says that Vanessa owes her money for taking care of the kids and being like an assistant to her and Kobe when he was alive. So I just think it's so sad. Okay, so Vanessa Bryant has spoke out about this lawsuit that her mother is filing against her. Let's start with that. So Vanessa Bryant is accusing her mother, Sophia Lane, of trying to extort her and trying to gain a financial windfall from this. Let me see. So Sophia is suing her daughter. Sophia is 68 years old. And she says she's suing for wages she never received. She said she has been a long time personal assistant and nanny for Vanessa and Kobe, and that she was never paid for her services despite promises. She claimed that Kobe Bryant said that he was going to take care of her for the rest of his life, the rest of her life, the rest of her life. Vanessa is denying the claims by her mother and the accusations, and she actually released a statement, and she just said, "My mother is continuing to try and find ways to extort a financial windfall from our family. I have supported her for nearly 20 years, and she was never my or Kobe's personal assistant, nor was she a nanny. I have always been a stay-at-home mother, and my husband and I were our daughter's full-time caregivers." Sophia alleged in a lawsuit that Sophia is Vanessa's mom, that she has personally taken care of the children and has been on call to be their nanny 24/7 in the events that the Bryants need her, including when they travel to sporting events, she said, worked or enjoyed romantic getaways. She also is alleging that by taking care of the children, her grandchildren, by the way, okay? This is why it's just so yucky. She allowed them to have more kids. So she's saying because she was able to be there and take care of the kids they already had, they could go have more kids. And everyone knows Kobe and Vanessa have 4 girls. They have Natalia, Bianca, Capri, and then Gianna, who actually passed away in the crash, the helicopter crash with Kobe. She said she entered into an oral contract with the Bryants, and they repeatedly promised to take care of her financially in exchange for her many years of work for his family. She also, okay, so I'm trying to look at all the sides, but I feel there is something shady with the mother, because she's saying that she was forced to be a nanny, forced to be an assistant. No one can force you to do anything. You're a grown woman, you have your own life. They're not I just don't understand how they could force you. And then, so on one hand, she's saying that they're forcing her, but then on the other hand, she's like, Kobe promised to take care of me the rest of my life. So which is it? Vanessa Bryant also went on to say, that she is disheartened and saddened that she even has to address these lies and allegations by her mother. She said that her mother actually was living in a property that her and Kobe owned rent-free. She didn't have to pay for anything because, Kobe and her were taking care of her mother at her request, at Vanessa's request, just to make sure she didn't have anything to worry about. It looks like Vanessa was saying that her mom basically was threatening her and was like, give me $5 million and a brand new Mercedes, and I won't do this, but if you don't do this, I'm gonna file a lawsuit against you, and which is why we have a lawsuit today. So, this is just it's so much stuff. It's so messy. It's just, to me, it's really sad. Just because there's a total of 32 causes of action in the lawsuit that Sophia has filed against her daughter. And it's just so sad because, one, it's her daughter, it's her child. And then 2, something does look shady here. It looks shady on the mother's side. And then 3, what your child just went through. It hasn't even been a full year, and she's had to deal with burying her husband and her own child. and then still has to be strong every single day to take care of her 3 children who are left here on this earth, and to sue her. I don't understand it. I just think it's so heartless. I don't understand what's going on. But like I said, I don't know their dynamic. I don't know if there is contention between them. I don't know. I just think it's weird, though, that a mother who knows that their child has been through literally the worst thing any mother, any person can go through, having to literally bury your child and bury the love of your life, like losing them both at the same time. I just don't know how you can do this to your daughter. Sophia, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to be like, maybe I just don't understand the dynamic of this mother-daughter relationship, but I just don't understand it. It's crazy to me that this is even being done. And like I said, y'all, there's just so much to it. I can go on and on and on with the allegations. Vanessa said that her mom actually went on some talk show, some Spanish talk show, and just talked so much trash about her in September. And it's just, to me, it sounds like someone who's a little money hungry. Sophia is getting alimony from her ex-husband. She was getting like a little stipend from Vanessa of what she gets monthly. And now with this, it just looks shady. It looks really shady. It seems like someone who's money hungry. And I just don't know how anyone can do that to their own child. It's crazy to me. This woman has been through hell and back. Her family, her girls have been through hell and back. And now they have to go through this. I don't understand it. But I'm going to be looking at it and following it closely. And I'll keep you guys updated and give you an update on what's going on with this. I just think it's sad. I think it's so sad. Vanessa said in her statement, she says about her mother, she has no regard for how this is affecting my children and me. She wants to live off of my daughters and me for the rest of her life while continuing to collect monthly alimony from her ex-husband since 2004. My husband and I have never discouraged or kept her from providing for herself. This lawsuit is frivolous, disgraceful, and unimaginably hurtful. My husband never promised my mother anything, and he would be so disappointed in her behavior and lack of empathy. And, with that said, I also kind of feel like, too, as a child, if your parents were there for you and great parents, like, why can't you take care of them the rest of your life? The rest of their life, especially as they're getting older. It's harder for them to work and do things for them, you want them to have no worries. You want to be able to be there and support them. So, this is why I'm saying I don't really know the dynamic of their relationship. It seems like there's a lot of tension and hurt and issues there, for the simple fact that, one, her mother filed a lawsuit. Two, that Vanessa is like, she wants to live off of us. And I just kind of feel like, if it's your parent and you love them, if you can help them, why not help them? But then, like I said, there's something with this mom that's super shady, and she does seem like she's just trying to do a money grab, and she's trying to get this windfall. Because how can you go and sue your child after everything that she's gone through this year? How can you do this to her? So I feel like there's just so much with this that we don't know. We don't know if they have this rocky dynamic or what. Like, I don't know. But I feel like we'll know more as time goes on whether this lawsuit even holds up in court or anything like that. But in the meantime, I'm just praying for them, because I just can't imagine. I can't imagine my mom suing me. I can't imagine me never wanting to take care of my mom. And I'm not saying that's what Vanessa is saying, because from what I read, she does give her like a monthly, I don't want to say allowance, but she gives her like a monthly stipend or something. So that's why it's all so confusing, and it's all like, what is really going on? I just feel bad though. I just feel so bad to see a dynamic like this between a mother and a daughter, especially one around the holidays, especially two with everything that Vanessa has gone through and her girls have gone through. It's like this is the last thing that they should be dealing with. And so it's really sad to me. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have on that. It's just sad, y'all. I got an announcement to make for you guys, which is pretty cool. I'm totally here for it. So, hold on, turn my camera on. So it looks like Hollywood producers are creating a Super Freak limited series that will be about the life of Rick James. Right? You're excited too, right? Okay. So, according to the Shade Room, there are multiple reports, multiple media outlets, not just the Shade Room, who are reporting that a limited series is currently in the works to document the career and drama-filled life of Rick James. You guys know him. He's an amazing R&B singer who basically had challenges with drugs throughout his career. One of my favorite Rick James songs is the one with him and Tina Marie, Fire and Desire. I also love Super Freak, just so many good songs, So yeah, they're going to do this limited series. It's going to be called Super Freak. It's going to be produced actually by his daughter. Her name's Ty James, and it's going to be written by Randy McKinnon and Nick Antosca. I thought Acosta, but Nick Antosca. Let's see. It's going to chronicle his plans for a comeback in the early 1990s. And it's going to be like after his trial, after just so much drug use and things like that. So I think it's going to be good, and I'm excited about it. Like I feel like that is a biopic that we have just not, like, that is a life that we don't know enough about, and we know the Charlie Murphy stories that we saw on Dave Chappelle and everything like that, but this, like, to actually see a limited series that's like a biopic of Rick James' life, and to just kind of learn more about the man besides the singing and the antics, I think that would be cool, and I'm excited about that. Let's see, do I have anything else for you guys? I have a today's foolishness to wrap up everything with. So y'all, in today's foolishness, because this stuff is undeniably foolish, I have to talk about someone. His name is Sauce Walka. Sauce, spelled S-A-U-C-E, Walka. W-A-L-K-A. Now, I've never heard of this guy. I think he's a rapper, but I'm not sure. Y'all ask me, tell me, why did he just get a $250,000 diamond implanted into his face? I'm not lying. He just got a $250,000 diamond implanted into his face. And it's like right here, like under his eye, and it kind of looks like a little tear. I just don't understand, y'all. There's just so much you can do with that money besides getting a diamond implanted in your face. Like, y'all have to look at the video. Hold on. I'm going to play the video for you. They had a video on the Shade Room, and I'm going to play it for you so you can see, like, the big reveal and everything, okay? So, first of all, I'm going to show you the diamond. This is the diamond. Pretty big, right? Like, that's like something you would see on a ring, an engagement ring, or a ring in general. Like, why is this big diamond going in your face, right? So then this was like the big reveal, okay?
They thought it was a dead body. Here lays the career of Sauce Walka that these niggas thought they killed. But I guess not.
have no clue what he's saying.
Put all my tears and all my years and all my pain and fears and my mother died for the last time, and I never cry again. Yeah, another nigga die again, and I never cry again. On sauce. Yeah, RP to my mama, and I was drama because she gave me a whole bunch of comments. Yeah, I'm a spaz nigga dad on your. I just dropped $250,000 in my mother face. Yeah. It's over. The game is done. Put the PlayStation 5 on the ground. Kick that mother. It is over, Rover. I won. By flawless victory, vitality. Yeah. They thought it was a dead body.
Yeah. Sauce. Why, sir?
Hey, who man is this?
Why? Y'all, I don't understand this. Like, the flossing, this is like when the flossing goes to a completely ridiculous level, right? I'm trying to understand, y'all. I can't understand this. I'm really trying to understand it. But I can't. I literally can't understand this, y'all. $250,000 of a diamond implanted in your face. Why? Why, sir? Like, I just know there's like better things he could have did with that money. He could have, if he has children, that goes in a college fund if they want to go to college, or not a trust fund. If he, let's see, has family members who are struggling, help them out, pay their bills for Christmas. If he, doesn't, he could have given some of that money to charity. He could have just put it away in some bonds and some stocks and, just so many things, y'all. But Sauce Walka, who I don't even know, I've never heard of. If y'all know who he is, please tell me who he is. Tell me what song he has that's popular that I may know. Put it in the comments for me. But Sauce Walka decided to get a $250,000 diamond in his face. Let's not even talk about, the dangers that can present, okay? Where you're walking around with a diamond, somebody gonna always try to feel froggy. Somebody gonna always try to feel froggy and feel like they can take what's yours, right? So what's gonna happen if someone tried to take that diamond out of his face? Like, I'm really baffled by this, y'all. I'm trying to understand it. I'm just like, is his life in danger now? Like, what is the deal? I just don't know, Sauce. I really wish I could talk to him. I'm trying to understand. I want to know why. Like, why he thought this was a good idea. Because I don't get it. And I'm trying, Sauce. I'm really trying. But to me, this is just a bunch of undeniable foolishness. And it didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, y'all. Help me out. Do y'all know who he is? Please tell me who he is, because I don't know who he is. Put in the comments if you got a famous song, or I just don't know who he is. I'm assuming he's a rapper. With a name like Sauce Walka, it just seems like a rap name. But I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I'm trying to think. Do I have anything else to tell y'all? I don't think I have anything else. I just want to say, I love y'all. I just want to say I love you, and you are important, and you are special. And no matter what you're going through, this year has been pretty hard on us. It has been rough. And now we're about to celebrate another holiday where many of us will not be able to be with our family members and our loved ones. And it could be very hard and trying. But I want you to know that you are loved. You are important. You are appreciated. If someone has not told you that today, I'm going to be the one to tell you. You are incredible. You're amazing. You are meant to be here, and I want you to do me a favor and just have some grace with yourself. Give yourself some grace and be kind to yourself. There's so much going on in the world. There's so much negativity. There's so much sadness. And the last thing we as humans need to do is put negativity and sadness on ourselves. We get enough of that from the outside world. So do whatever you can to self-care and love yourself more and appreciate yourself and realize how special and wonderful you are, because you are. We all are. We may not be where we thought we would be, but we are exactly where we're supposed to be, and we are important and we are special. And that's all I have for this episode of Undeniably Nikki. And it is always my goal to let us have a good time, by talking about different celebrity topics and things that's going on. But it's also my goal to make sure that I can, try to uplift and inspire you, because, I always feel my best when I can do that with people. And if you can, try to pay it forward with someone else today. Try to, if you're in line and someone's behind you, pay for their coffee if you can, or if you see someone who is in need of, asking for money or help, go buy them a meal or something. Just try to do something for someone else. It makes you feel so good to be able to, if you can do it, to give back to other people, and be selfless, But anyway, that enough of the preaching. I'm not trying to preach to y'all. I just felt led to say this today. So obviously I was meant to say it because someone needs to hear it. But I love y'all so much, and I thank you so much for joining me again for another episode of Undeniably Nikki. I will definitely talk to you guys again. It probably won't be until after Christmas. But I just want to let you know I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate you tuning in every single time, and I love you so much, and I will catch you all later. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and share, because I'm always in those comments. All right, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Merry Christmas, everyone.